I just I just had a really good idea, Abby.
What?
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. What if we we did a podcast that kind of gives some like insight into like some YouTube channel and also other things? What do you think about that?
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. All right, welcome to the Walking Bears podcast, episode 2. We made it.
Yup.
So, last episode there was a bit of an editing mistake if you watched it. Um towards at like 22, 23 minutes, there's like huge, they're not huge, medium-sized segment missing. It's fine. No one needs context for anything really. So sorry if that bothers you as much as it bothered me, which is impossible. Um, Last episode I asked Abby if she had any creative ideas, to which she avoided the question to. So yeah, she's really good at avoiding questions. So today I'm gonna be answering some of my questions, and I'm gonna share some video ideas for you guys to look out for. Abby, is that all right with you?
If I were next to you, I would punch you.
Okay, let's just jump right into these ideas here. Um, I actually color coded all of these so I know which ones I've done and which ones are like short videos and long videos. So the first one here is crime. I don't know. That one's an orange, and that means it needs development. I don't know what. I just wrote down crime. And then we got Kanye, another orange one actually, is Nelson's take on the corporate art style. And I think I talked about this to you a while ago. Basically, there's like this corporate art style where it's like these geometric human figures with like blue skin tones and stuff. It's like
Hmm.
taking over the world, or at least social media websites. It's to the point where like if you look up like something, basically like a term like procrastinating, you'll if you just look up procrastinating and go to images, you'll find images. You'll be like, oh, that's what Nelson was talking about, whatever. And then I was thinking about it because it's also there's another corporate style pertaining to advertisements where like the narrator is talking, they have to rhyme. It's present in Hulu, like Hulu has whatever you're feeling or this season. I don't know. It's just really annoying when they do that because like if I want to hear some rhymes, I'll listen to Biggie Cheese, Mr. Bombastic instead. What a callback.
Yep.
So yeah, that's one I definitely want to do. Um, Fortnite addiction. This one would be a bit more serious as we do have a friend who does have a Fortnite addiction. Um, it's really sad, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like it's important to just maybe not bring attention to it, but like spread awareness of addiction to Fortnite
Yeah.
specifically. Though that one would take like a lot of effort, so the likelihood of that coming out anytime soon is like basically 1 out of 10. I'd give it a I'd give it a pit bull out of Mr. Worldwide's. So not too likely. And then another one is book review. Me and Abby are actually members of a book club.
Yes.
Yes, we are. I mean, I've been a member longer than Abby, of course. But the last book we read, it was really bad. Well, it's called Burn by Patrick Ness. It's his most recent book. And what's funny is like I've read 3 of his other books that were like part of his series, and they were all really good. But then his most recent book is like bad. And I feel like he should get some crap for it. It was just terrible. It made once you bring if you're bringing time travel into a story about dragons, you're probably not doing it right. I'm just gonna say it here now. But yeah, that's something I definitely want to do. And then here's here's one I've been thinking about doing like today or something. I'm not a gun from Halo, or I am a gun from Halo. This comes from when I look up Nelson Needler on YouTube. It'll come up with like my channel and then a bunch of Halo videos because Needler is a gun from Halo, and I'm like, that's not me. Maybe other people are a bit confused because like I know it confused me, and I'm not a very confusable person, I'd say. So I'm thinking that's a very important video to make, just for the sake of my audience, really, my vast audience. So yeah, that would be a short video, I guess. And then I want to make a video on my thoughts of music, about music, because I sure do listen to a lot of music, and I got thoughts about music, like good music, bad music, um, what I call money music. It's all thought provoking. That's for sure. So yeah, those are just some videos. Oh, the one I came up with in math class, parallelogram problems. I think it speaks for itself. I'm just really bad with parallelograms. I don't get it. I'm sorry, math teacher. Something about parallelograms, it really holds me back. It's gonna hold me back on this math test tomorrow. I really hope I figure that out. Then I don't need to make a video about it. What are your thoughts on parallelograms?
I too have taken the class you are currently in,
Mhm.
and haven't used them since that test.
Well, that's
So
good.
honestly, just do it and then forget it because you're never gonna need it again.
I think that applies to most things in life, not even just school, just like everything.
Mm-hmm.
It is Valentine's today. It is Valentine's Day today.
Tis.
Woo! Yeah.
Nelson, are you celebrating in any way?
Um, well, so I have a nutcracker and he's in a Hawaiian outfit and he's holding a tray with two there's like a tiki head and then an Easter Island head and then a little sign that
Nice.
says aloha. I guess he's my Valentine. I mean, not he. Forgot nutcrackers don't have emotions. How
Nice.
about you?
Um, honestly, probably gonna sit in my bed and eat.
Do you eat often?
I mean, I think I'm a human being, so yeah,
Yeah, I
probably.
usually eat like maybe like around 3 times a day, something like that. I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't know that was the thing other people did. It's
Yeah,
just
no, same
I'm
here.
very used to being a bit different. So like, yeah, I just kind of expect I just usually expect that everything I do is kind of like the opposite of what most people do. Yeah, when I see other people walking the same pace as me, I'm like, oh, okay, hold on, let's speed this up. Got to maintain the difference here. But yeah, I guess our next little thing here today that everybody's been waiting for, because I totally made everyone aware of it, is the behind the scenes of the Nelson's journey to baseball,
Wow.
located in Greenland, per usual.
Yup.
Yeah, it's a video. It's pretty good, I think. The more I watch it, I just laugh more and more. I'm like, ooh, this is funny. It's really it's about my journey to baseball, based on a true story. I emphasis on base. I've actually never played baseball in my life. I've held a baseball bat like at least twice. I've hit zero baseballs with a baseball bat, I think. They usually just fly past me. So yeah, any experience in baseball over there, Abby?
Uh, no, not really.
No?
No.
I mean, okay.
I was more of a soccer kid, if you
Oh,
will.
I see. Yeah. What about now?
Um, do you consider theater a sport?
I don't
Because,
actually.
well, then I would say
You know what I
nothing in your
do
standard.
consider a sport? I do consider I I do consider theater a sport. Not so much theater, but to each his own, I
Uh,
guess.
we haven't had this argument in about a year, and you were just picking at old wounds,
No,
Nelson.
no, no, no. It's I think we all know who's right and who's wrong. So let's just move on before this takes over the entire podcast.
I agree. Move along with your video
All
synopsis.
right. So it's yeah, basically the original title was Nelson Gets Angry, and I still like that title. But I'll get into why I watched it later. So it opens up with um just the title screen, an upbeat and positive video. Or for the old title. I don't know why I didn't change it, but honestly, it makes sense still. It opens up George Washington straight off the bat. And then George Washington, he turns red, he gets the orange eyes. The only reason I put this in the video is because I spent a long time turning George Washington and I just wanted to show off my skill, my very impressive photo P skills, not Photoshop, photo P. I mainly specialize in dogs though. I like putting them in certain situations like volcanoes, races, like running and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of my specialty. But I thought I'd branch out to paintings of George Washington and making them a little bit angry because let's face it, George Washington must have been mad at some point. I don't think yeah. But the reason I wanted to make this video was because more and more, specifically during lunch, I'd find myself wanting to throw things at people. And I'd go, Catherine, I'm sorry, I just need to throw this. I need to throw it now. And if I don't throw it, I'm gonna throw a fit. And therefore I will have thrown. So it would equal out. And it just happened it's happening more and more. And it was getting bad. Like I was like in the video I say like I find myself with my arm in the throwing position. I will literally do that. I will be ready to throw things across the room at multiple points in my day when I'm just squatting there or sitting. Um, but yeah, obviously you can't throw stuff at school. It's a pretty recognized rule that you're not supposed to do that. Though I mean, I have thrown things in an uncivilized manner outside of society. But yeah, schools, in the classroom, you need to maintain the learning environment because if you don't, I mean, it's just chaos. People throwing stuff everywhere. And then yeah, there's one of my favorite parts is, I mean, all of it's my favorite part. I can't be throwing 0.7 millimeter number two HB pencils, and that's because I actually do use those pencils. They're the only pencils I use. I don't know why, they just look cool. And I have a lot of pencils, as it would turn out. In fact, people find it funny to take my pencils. Can you believe that?
Um, no,
And
not at all.
on the little pocket protector thing, I even took it upon myself to sand the wording down so that I could write my name on that part of the pencil in Sharpie. I thought to myself, it would be
Mm-hmm.
ludicrous for someone to take a pencil with someone else's name on it. That's like that's like staying in someone else's house without asking. It's just I don't need pencil squatters, okay? And yet that still happens. You know who you are. You know what you've done. Yes, you. I know you're listening. Okay, we're gonna talk about this sometime. You and me. He knows who he is. He does. Everybody's gonna think, is it me? Is it me? No. No, no, no. I I have not forgotten who this is. And that was an excellent pun that no one will ever understand except for me and like 10 other people. Whatever. Moving on. I think I just disrupted my own learning environment. A little bit of a hypocrite. And so some of the sports um, that Agnes recommends to me, Agnes being the narrator, of course, I decided that rather than doing the typical sports such as I almost just said baseball, um, tennis, which is the best sport, and like soccer and whatnot. I was like, no, 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 water polo, because who plays water polo? How many people in your life do you know that play water polo, Abby?
Not any
That's what
that
I'm
I know
saying.
of.
I'm like, I want to get out here and play water polo. I'm actually interested. I don't even know how you play water polo. The picture is this guy and he's blocking the ball from going in the goal, and I find that it looks a little bit fun. The next sport is poker. Some people actually make a living off of poker. It's kind of weird. It is
Mm-hmm.
gambling, but there's like strategy, I'm pretty sure. Honestly, that's kind of cool. The YouTuber casually explained for a while he actually made he was a poker player. He made some money off of it, and then he did YouTube, and well, yeah. And then the next sport, of course, is the most recognizable sport, the stock market. Um, yeah, the stock market, it's also gambling, similar to poker. It's just more legal everywhere, I'd say. But yeah, it's a bit time consuming. You got to know when to sell, you got to know when to buy. You need to know when Reddit is planning to short squeeze GameStop. Just standard stuff that everybody understands, I'd say. But then baseball is clearly the sport, specifically baseball pitcher, clearly the best sport, the most logical conclusion for me to take. And so, yeah, Mario Superstar Baseball is what Agnes decided what I should do instead of baby raging all day, which I do. And then again, I show off my just excellent Photoshop skills, putting my flamingo head onto baseball people. Yes, I looked up Cubs pitcher because everybody knows there is only one baseball team, and it is the Cubs. It's the only one I know, to be frank. So I was like, this is what we're doing. And yeah, tennis is better, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah, again, the original title was Nelson Gets Angry because I know a lot of people who play baseball. They're angry people, specifically when they're playing baseball. But I'm like, they get angry and it's kind of scary. And yeah, I figured I was like, you know what, this needs to be a baseball video because more people will click on it because it's like baseball. Yeah, that way I can put the baseball tag into the video. Very business moves of me. So yeah, that's the Nelson's journey to baseball video. Abby, do you have any thoughts on the video?
Um, Pretty solid
What
video
was
if
your
you ask
favorite
me.
part?
I'm assuming I can't say the whole
No,
thing.
no, I need like timestamps in here.
Um, oh
Oh, that just
gosh.
reminded me of something. Okay, speaking of timestamps, Abby avoiding questions again. Oh, do you
Hey,
have an answer? Okay, okay,
yeah,
go
I
ahead.
do
Be my
actually.
guest. Or co-host, whichever one.
When you're mentioning all the different sports, my guy, you picked some of the highest options for not
Oh
throwing a
yeah,
pencil.
I think you're right on that. Um, so within a couple hours of releasing this, I noticed I got two comments. One is from a friend, and then the other is um I don't remember how to say this, but a name in Russian. One of the parts of the name is Sergey. I've had to look it up. They basically put a timestamp on the comment, enter, and then a link to a bit of a naughty website. Um, not happy with that, so I promptly disliked it. I was like, no, 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 no. And then I commented because, oh wait, no, I forgot a very crucial part to this. Not only have they commented this on my video, they have been doing this for months to just random videos. And on each comment, it's just a timestamp and then a link to a naughty website. And it's just why? Why? I don't under are they getting paid? Because I honestly think they might be. And they like alternate which links they use, judging by the names of the link. And it's just like, why? So I asked them why. For some reason, they haven't answered. I even translated it into Russian just in case. But yeah, it's a little concerning. I can't lie. It's just a bit strange, a bit quirky even. But yeah, international reach. Oh, another thing about the video that I almost forgot about. Agnes says, "Judging by your mittenness." Bit of a quote there. Mittenness is actually mittenosis. I made that word. It is mine. If you use it, you owe me money. 10 cents a usage. Abby, can you repeat the word that I made?
I gotta be real honest with you. I don't even remember
Good
what you said.
answer. It was mittenness or mittenosis. See,
I also just don't want to,
oh,
so.
I see you over here. Okay. Yeah, I looked I was like, okay, how are words made? And I'm like, oh yeah, so you get your Greek and Latin roots. So let me get into some etymology here. Mitten is the Latin word for throw or something, and osis is the suffix for condition. Okay,
Pulled
so
this up.
next let's talk about music. Um, I say this because I've been listening to not newer old music, old people music, all of it. It's been interesting. I've been listening to Incubus. It's been great. I love it. It's because their music is I like it, and that is fun. I've also been listening to Third Eye Blind, which is not so different from Incubus. And their first album specifically is just crazy, wild, insane. Because it's just like there's one part of the album where it's just banger after banger, and banger, of course, being like songs you have heard on the radio, like almost too much, but it's all just on one album, and it's just like, hold on, it's crazy. I don't understand how it's like how could you do so many things right on one album? It's you don't see that very often. You can't have Justin Bieber Yummy on every album. There's only one, and you can only have so many bangers. But Third Eye Blind, some of their best songs are just on their first album, like Graduate, How's It Going to Be, and then take a second, take a second. Oh, I guess I just really like those two songs, and then the others are just like blank noise to me because I was thinking that there were more on there. It's fine though because the rest of the album is really good. But this album, it has what I call the good album effect. It's when like the music in it doesn't sound like they're distant cousins from each other. It's all well connected, like it was taken from one paint palette. And my question for you, Abby, and for everyone, what kind of what kind of music are we listening to, and why do you like it?
Um, I listen to a
Mm-hmm.
lot of different things, pretty much
Oh,
everything but country.
controversial. People like country. We can't,
Yeah,
oh God, we need to connect with everyone possible. Oh,
I'm not saying I don't like
oh,
it. I
thank
just don't
goodness.
listen on the daily.
My favorite country song, and I've only listened to two, and one of them was a parody of country music. But my favorite country song is International Harvester. I encourage everyone to go listen to it. Ironically,
I
it
saw
is
that
the
coming.
most country song ever. It is about harvesting crops. Country is one of those genres that you definitely have to grow up listening to like it. But I think that's true for most music, honestly. But yeah, I think a lot of our
Hmm.
friends would be in our boat here. But I think there are some good country songs, Abby. I think you should find them. If you look hard enough, you'll find some country bangers. You will. You truly will. But the other
Probably.
country song is Country Song by Bo Burnham. And really anything Bo Burnham touches is good, I think. And it's probably the best song about country music because there's just so many. It just highlights everything I think about the genre in general. But yeah,
Hmm.
so everybody just remember that Abby does not like country music. Therefore, if you like it, she doesn't like
That is
you.
not what I said.
It's okay though.
Bro, my best friend listens to country
She
music. Are
doesn't
you
like you
kidding?
if you listen to it. And I mean, you said best friend, but I
My God.
don't, so I don't know what you're talking about. Um,
Oh my God.
I think we're gonna call it a wrap here. Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
I think it was a good one instead of a bad one. We'll just see
It
if
wasn't
I cut out another 5 minute section of the podcast. Hopefully, I won't. Maybe I will. It's really
prob
important to keep your listeners on their toes. Keep the audience retention rate up. Like if I'm not changing topics every 2 seconds, what am I doing? You know, it's just one of those things. It's
yeah.
it's a YouTube creator thing. I am a creator. Nelson the creator. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. This definitely won't be out on Valentine's Day, which is the day we are recording this. In fact, it'll probably be out a week after we recorded it. So,
Probably.
hi, how was last week? I hope it was well. If it wasn't, do something about it. Okay, stop complaining. I know. It'll get better. Maybe. I don't know. Asteroids could come out of nowhere or whatever. I don't care. As long as we can keep on recording these podcasts and making the videos, yeah. Now let's say goodbye. Goodbye. It's
Goodbye.
over.